Hello, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I would like to explain about emotional mastery main text by AJ Hogg. And by the way, I get this article legally. I'm not gonna read all the article, I'm not gonna read the whole article, I'm just gonna read some of the paragraphs and I will explain the points that I get from the article. Okay, so the title of the article is Emotional Mastery. It is about how do we master our emotion, how do we control it, and how do we manage it. Okay, so this is the first paragraph of the article. Okay, welcome to the main audio for emotional mastery. Let's talk about emotional mastery in more detail now. How can you manage your emotions? How can you control? I don't like the word control, but let's just say manage your emotions so that you feel better and stronger, while you're learning English. So it's easy to say that, oh, feel good when you're learning English. But unfortunately, a lot of people feel bad when they're learning English. Yeah, this is actually a fact. A lot of people feel bored, or maybe just in your life in general, you were tired, you were working hard, and it's difficult to learn English also and still feel energetic and happy. Okay, we move to the next paragraph. So we have to learn some techniques, some methods to manage our emotions, to make sure our emotions are feeling strong while we are learning. And remember again that emotion and psychology are 80% of success. And a lot of people talk about this in the academic world. Dr. Stephen Krashen again, he's the top expert on language acquisition, language learning, and language education, and he talks about this idea of non-linguistic factors, which basically means psychological and emotional factors, that they're more important than the method you were using. Tony Robbins, the famous peak performance coach, talk about this as well. He says directly success comes from emotion. 80% of success is emotion. The other 20% is the method. It is how you do it. So the article is taking a statement from experts, Dr. Stephen Krashen and Tony Robbins. So they are experts in language. They're saying that what makes success is not method. What makes your success is your emotion. Your emotion is 80% of your success. So you have to remember this correctly. You have to remember this. Remember that it is not method that make you success, but it is your emotion. So when you fail doing something in the world, when you fail doing things in your school, in your job, it is not because of the method that you were using or the teacher that coached you, but again, it's your emotion. It's about your emotion. That is based on the Dr. Stephen Krashen's statement. We move into the next paragraph. So we've got to master our emotions to master English. Okay, this is the point. We've got to master our emotions to master English. So if you want to master English, or if you want to master another thing, another lesson, all you gotta do first is you have to master your emotion. You really have to remember this. Okay, how are you going to do to that? Let us talk about that now. There are two keys to emotional mastery. One is your physiology, again it's your body, how you use and manage your body. And second is your focus, your mental focus. Now a lot of this comes from again Tony Robbins and Joe Patel and some other peak performance coaches. So I'm using their information and I'm applying it. I'm focusing it on this process of learning English and how can you take those ideas and use them to increase your English learning. So you learn faster. so that you speak better. So again, we have two ways to manage our emotions. One is physiology through the body, and the other is through the focus, the mental focus, what you think about again and again and again. So here we are entering into the core of the article. In the previous paragraphs, we have been told that what makes our success is not the method or anything else. It is our emotion. Our emotion takes 80% of our success. Our emotion influence 80% of our success. So beware now. You have to remember this. Then, if you want to master something, so you have to learn how to master your emotion. That is the key. So here, I'm gonna tell you how to master your emotion. According to this article, there are two keys, or there are two ways to manage your emotion. The first one is through your physiology, and the second is your mental focus. So we are moving into the first key first. Through the body. Manage our physiology to manage our emotion. In this lesson, we're going to talk about physiology, managing physiology. So this is an easy way to change your emotional state. So let's imagine that you were tired. You've gone to work, you've worked a very long day. You were tired and you were thinking, I don't want to study English. How can you change that feeling? Well, you can try to talk to yourself. Oh, I should study. I should feel better. But usually that doesn't work, right? Usually you still feel tired. What you have to do is start with your body. Change your body. What does your body look like when you are tired? Usually your shoulders are going to be forward. Is your head going to be up, or is your head going to be down? Well, usually when you are tired, your head is going to be a little bit down. Your chin will be kind of down. What about your face? Will you have a big smile on your face, or will your face be kind of less? Well, it's actually gonna be more yes, right? You're not usually smiling big when you feel tired. And your eyes, where your eyes looking usually when you are tired? Again, down. So the whole body tends to be forward and down when you feel tired. So a very simple way to change how you feel, how you physically feel, your emotion and in your body is to just make small changes in the way you are using your body. According to the article, to master something, we should master our emotion first. And there are two ways to manage our emotion. The first way is through the body. How do we control our psychology? So when we want to learn something, but we are in a very tired condition and we just don't want to do anything, but we really have to do it now, is by controlling your body. Change your psychology, change your physiology, change how you feel emotionally. So when you feel tired, usually your shoulders, your eyes, your chin are going down, right? Did you smile when you feel tired? Of course you didn't. Now that is the problem. When you were tired, your body is not focused at all. You're not ready to study anything. You're not ready to do anything. You just want to lay down in your bed or doing nothing, or maybe sleeping and having some dreams. Yep. And when you were in a progress to do something, to learn something, but you feel tired, no, not just tired, but also bored. You feel bored. And you feel like, I'm bored to do this. I want to quit. I want to stop doing this. I don't want to learn English anymore. English is difficult. So the first thing you have to do is you have to change your body. Changing your body is also changing your physiology. So that is the way to manage your emotion. Okay, the next paragraph is lean forward. Put your shoulders forward. Put your chin down. Look down. Put everybody into a tired position. Notice how you feel. Now let's change it. Pull your shoulders back and your chest up. Bring your chin up, bring your eyes up, look up. And now, even if you don't feel happy, I want you to smile really big. Put a big smile on your face. Just fake it. Look stupid. Okay, so a big smile, shoulders back, chest up, eyes up, and a big stupid smile, a big grin on your face. Do you feel differently now? You probably do. Just by changing the position of your body, I'm doing it right now myself. I can feel that I feel more energetic. I feel happier just by shifting my body. When I go back and put my shoulders forward and my chin down and my eyes down, I can feel some energy going down, right? The energy in my body gets less. When I pull my shoulders back, my chest up, my chin up, my eyes up, I'm smiling back. Even if I'm faking it, acting like a crazy person, I feel much better. And you do too. So that is such an easy way to change how you feel, to change your emotional state by just shifting your body. It's a simple way to get control of your emotion and to master your emotion. Actually, that is a very simple thing. When you are feeling tired and bored, your shoulders are going down, your face are going down, your chins are going down. No, not chins, but your chin is going down. You just have to change your body, change your position. Put your shoulders back, your chest up, and smile. By that, you are changing your emotion automatically. You don't believe me? Just try it yourself right now, because I'm trying it myself either. So here's what I want you to do. Every time you listen to these lessons or any English lessons or any kind of lesson, I want you first to change your body. Before you listen to those lessons and while you were listening, I want you to think about consciously, think about pulling your shoulders back, pushing your chest up, chin up, eyes up, and make yourself smile. You probably didn't smile much in your English classes when you were younger, but this time, I want you to smile even if you feel like you were being stupid. It doesn't matter. Just do it. You are going to change your body, and by changing your body, you are going to feel better. You are going to have more energy, and when you have more energy, when you feel better, you learn faster. There's a lot of research about this, and it shows that people who have more energy, who are feeling good emotionally, learn faster. People who are tired and bored learn much more slowly. So this is actually the answers. If you were asking things like, why can't I learn this as fast as my friend? Or why can't I master it just like my friends did? Why can't I? Maybe the problem is because you are not managing your emotion before you study. You have to manage your emotion before you study, not afterwards. Yeah, what for? You have to do it before you do the lesson. So when the lesson is about going to be start, that is the perfect time to manage your emotion. When your teacher coming to the class or entering the classroom and you are sitting on your chair, make sure you make your shoulders up, your chest up, your chin up, your eyes are big, and you make a smile in your face. Even if you fake it, it doesn't matter. And you have to do this every time you want to start to learn English. The problem why you can't master English this whole time is maybe because you probably didn't smile much in your English classes when you were younger. So that is the reason why you can't master it this whole time. I feel bored. Because this is the fact. When you smile in your lesson, when you smile when you study, you learn faster. When you are focused, you learn faster, of course. When you're emotionally is good, when you are feeling good, you can learn faster, of course, because you are focused. People who are tired and bored learn much more slowly. This is danger. So that is the reason why you have to change your body before you were starting a lesson. You have to change how you feel emotionally and physically, perhaps. And now we move into the next paragraph. So that is the first way to change our physiology by changing our body. The other way to manage our emotion is through breathing. How you breathe determines the energy in your body and how you feel. So for example, if you have a very shallow breath, you are breathing very shallowly, small little breath, tight chest, you are going to feel different than if you're taking big breaths that are deep. That was just 2 breaths. Already I can feel in my body a lot of more energy. So taking deep breath, it's such a simple way and yet it's very powerful. That is why in a lot of spiritual traditions, in Buddhism for example, and also in martial arts and sports, you find that they will focus on breathing. They will tell their students to breathe more deeply. They have a very kind of controlled way of breathing because they know by breathing very deeply they can change their emotional state and their physical state, increase their energy, increase the aliveness in their brain, the alertness in their brain. So this is another thing I want you to do before you learn English. Any kind of studying these lessons or a book, anything, I want you to focus on breathing deeply. Maybe just 2 minutes. For 2 minutes I want you to take deep breath, hold it for maybe 2, 3, 4 seconds and let it out. Then do it again, hold it and breathe out, and again 1 or 2 minutes deep breathing. Of course, at the same time remembering you are changing how your body is moving and how you are sitting. You are changing your posture, of course, means body position. So you are going to have a strong posture. It means you are going to have the shoulders back, your chin up, your eyes up, your chest out. That's the number 1. And the number 2, you are going to breathe deeply. Hold and out. And again. So again, strong posture, shoulders back, chin up, eyes up, and then deep breathing. Do this 1 or 2 minutes every time before you study English or you study anything. I know it seems crazy, it seems so simple, yet it will totally change the way you feel while you are learning, because you will feel differently, you will learn differently. The first way to master our emotional is by physiology. And how to manage our physiology, first by changing your position, and the second is by taking a very deep breath. There are a couple. You are changing your position, and while you're doing that, you take a very deep breath. Okay, about taking a deep breath, I thought we are all know this, right? We already know this. Like when you were in examination and you were feeling very nervous, what would you do? Yes, sometimes most people will take a deep breath to make themselves calm, right? And also by taking a very deep breath, you were kindly like you were refreshing your brain, you were refreshing your lungs, and of course you will feel better afterwards. That is the function of taking a very deep breath and not doing this just 1 or 5 seconds. Do this for 1 until 2 minutes. That is based on the article. So this is a very simple way. You can do it yourself. You just have to change the way you sit, the way you feel. You change the way you sit, you change the way you feel, you learn faster than anybody else. So this is a technique to master your emotional. Okay, so the third way is by controlling your face. Just this simple technique can increase your learning by 2 or 3 times. 2 or 3 times faster, because your brain will be awake when you are listening to English. When you are bored, when you are tired, your brain is half asleep. You are not just learning efficiently. When you are breathing deeply and your body is in a strong posture, you feel better and you learn faster. Note this, when you are tired, when you are bored, your brain is half asleep. So what you should do is by changing your position, change your physiology, change how you feel. And then you will learn faster. That is the key. Of course, the next factor, we already talked about this a little bit, is your face. You gotta control your face. Why? Because your face shows emotion. But your face also can create emotion. Not just showing emotion, but also create emotion. Just by smiling back, pretending, looking like a stupid person, it doesn't matter. Just by faking it, just by making yourself smile a bit, you will actually change your emotion. you will change your feeling. It is very hard to feel depressed and tired when you have a big smile, even if you are forcing the smile. So that's another thing I want you to do. Everyone on the train will think you were crazy while you were listening to this, but I want you to have a big smile every time while you were listening to the lessons. Right now, do it. So you are going to have a strong posture, you are going to breathe deeply, and you are going to smile big every time, before, during, and after your lessons. What's another way we can control our physiology and therefore influence our emotional state? Well, another thing about the body is the body likes to move. So we're going to talk about movement. You're going to have a strong posture, you're going to breathe deeply, you are going to have a big grin on your face, smiling, and then you are going to move. Because movement creates energy and energy wakes up your body so that you learn faster. I mentioned this in the introduction a little bit. We're going to talk about it now detailedly. You should always be moving your body while you are learning English. Actually, not only English, but every lesson that you are learning. This is the opposite of everything you learned in school. In school, they told you, don't move. Sit in your chair, right? So you're sitting in your chair and what happened? Your body becomes stiff. You become tired. You were bored. Well, this is the opposite. You are not in school anymore. You are learning independently, and it means you are in control now. And I want you to do the opposite of what happened in school. It is actually the opposite that we did in school. In school, we are learning. We are sitting on the chair, and it is not allowed to move our body. That is actually a big mistake, because when we are sitting for about more than 20, 30, even an hour, of course, we feel tired. We need to move, but the teachers just not allow us to change our position. And since you are not in school anymore, you can do anything you want. When you are tired in learning something, move. I do this a lot of time when I'm memorizing something and I feel sleepy and tired. I will stand up. I will take some walks while memorizing the text. That is the key. We just have to move your body. So remember this. Before you study, and this is happening not only before you study, but before, during, and after you study. So the first is you have to change your position. You have to change your body. You have to make your shoulders up, your chin up, your chest up, your eyes up. And then after that, you have to take a very, very deep breath to make yourself calm and make your brain focus. The third, you have to smile. Make a smile in your face, even if it is just a fake smile. It's okay. Because why should we smile? Face shows emotion. Face creates emotion. When you fake a smile, you will feel happy, literally. And for this, you have to move. Move your body. Whenever you feel tired but during the lesson, you can move your body. You can change your position. That is the key. Remember these 4 steps. It's very important. I've told you the point of the article. So let's make this clear. Emotional mastery is a way how to we master our emotion. Why should we master our emotion? Of course, to master something. Just say you want to master English. When you want to master English, you have to master your emotion first. How do we master our emotion? First is by changing our position. When we feel tired, our shoulders going down, our chest is going down, our chin also going down, so we have to change it. You have to put your shoulders up, your chest up, your chin up, and your eyes up. That is the first key. And the second is take a deep breath. Take a deep breath into your body. That will change how you feel, physically and emotionally. The third is fake a smile. It's okay, even if it's just a fake one. It's okay. It will create a true happiness. Fake a smile. Make a grin on your face. Laugh if you can. I'm going to talk about how to master English. In my first video, I hope you have watched it, I make a video about 5 ways or 5 tips to master English. The first key is reading, second is listening, third is watching, fourth is practicing, and the last is consistent. I don't know if I wrote the consistent word properly. Actually, I'm really sleepy right now, but I just have to make the video with a very long duration because that is the obligation. So I'm just gonna do this and carrying on. The first key is reading. What is the benefit of reading? Okay, firstly, I will tell you the benefit. When you are reading any kind of text, maybe a novel, a kid novel, a fairy tale, newspaper, textbook, or anything, you will enrich your vocabulary. Of course, it's automatically. When you find any word that is peculiar to you, of course, you will find it out what the meaning is. Yeah, of course, that must be. So if you will keep reading, you will enrich your vocabulary. You know more. And not just vocabulary. By reading, you learn an English structure. Not perfectly and not constantly, but little by little and step by step, of course. You have to be patient when you want to learn something, right? Moreover, when you want to master it, not just being able or just when you want to master something, you have to learn extra. So by reading, I mean here is not just reading 1 or 2 times and enough. No, what I mean here is like you keep on reading and not getting stopped. Because there are a bunch of vocabularies, there are thousands of vocabularies in English that we don't know. So we have to keep reading, and maybe we will find another vocabulary that are new to us that we didn't know before. So when we found a vocabulary in books or in newspapers that are peculiar, that we don't know the meaning, we can write it down, or we can remember, oh, I just read this in newspaper, I have to find out the meaning. So that is how you enrich your vocabulary. And also by reading you can learn an English structure. Yeah, of course. Every text, every article, every book or textbook is using a grammatical rules. So of course, it's written with a very correct grammar. And from reading a lot, you will automatically learn how the English is structured. How is the form of past tense or simple, present tense or continuous. You are not learning it directly, but you will definitely learn it. You will definitely understand it. Not directly, not immediately, but definitely. So keep on reading. You may not understand the benefit now, but this is a very important component of your learning. The second key is listening. I bet everybody know this, right? What is the benefit of listening? Yeah, of course. We listen how them talk. We listen how them pronounce word. We listen how their accent heard. We listen how they express their voice, and etc. By listening either, we can enrich our vocabulary, of course, and we know a lot of phrases, that maybe we didn't know before. So when you keep listening, and by listening here I mean anything like audio, English audios, or music maybe, or some kind of TV shows, any audios that are broadcasted in English, it is necessary for you and it is useful for you, and you have to listen a lot. Like just I said before, it corrects your pronunciation, believe me. You do much listening, you enrich your vocabularies. And also you study how to pronounce a word. You will learn a lot. Of course, and by listening is you will activate your unconscious mind. So when you were doing things like you were drawing something, or you were reading, or maybe you were doing another stuff like you were doing sport, you can do it while listening. So this listening is very easy activity, like you can do it while doing another thing. So it's just like killing two birds with one stone, I guess. You were reading, or you were drawing, or you're cooking maybe. You were cooking in the kitchen and your ear is listening into the audios, and automatically your skill in English is improved. That is the thing. Now we move into the third tips. Watching. What is the benefit of watching? It may be waste your time, but I'm not telling you to watch a whole day in 24 hours. Of course not. Yeah, of course, who would do that? I mean, yeah, by watching movies or animations is again enrich your vocabulary. Why should we enrich our vocabularies? Yeah, of course, you are going to talk in English. How can you talk? How can you say a word when you don't know how to say it? Of course, you have to enrich your vocabularies by watching. I got lots of lessons from watching. I do love to watch American movies, like action movies and science fiction movies, and I really love to watch. And from watching also I learned to pronounce word. I learned how the pronunciation is, and I learned phrases. I learned accent, lots of accent, and yeah, I get an enjoyment too. I get entertained by the movie, because that is also the purpose of movie, right? To entertain people. So because my hobby is reading, listening, and watching, so I master English easily, I guess. Not easily, but I mean, like, reading is my hobby, listening is also my hobby, and watching is also my hobby. So this is how I know. This is how I am right now. I keep on watching, keep on listening, and keep on reading. And the fourth tips is practicing. Okay, this is quite heavy for me. This is quite, yeah, of course, practice. When you learn anything, when you learn something, when you learn anything, of course, things you should do is keep on practicing. I will give you a very simple example. When you are memorizing something, a Holy Quran maybe, when you are memorizing it in the morning, you will probably forget it in the afternoon. Why? You're not practicing it. You not repeat it. By practicing something, we repeat it. We repeat our lessons so it's not being forgotten. When you were memorizing a conversation, you maybe memorize it in the morning, but you probably forget it in the afternoon. So the only way to make your memorizing it stick on your mind, you have to practice it, of course. like just I said before, thousands of times. You have to enrich your vocabularies. But how can we memorize all the vocabularies? It's hard. Of course it's hard. You don't want to memorize vocabulary like word by word, literally memorizing it. No, you don't. No, you won't. There is a simple way to memorize vocabulary is by you don't remember the word is, but you remember the whole sentence. Yeah, by memorizing the whole sentence, not just the single word. So when you insert the word, the vocabulary in the sentence, you can imagine it. And you can easily practice it. Maybe you're memorizing vocabulary like book, and you were imagining what is book, what book is. Okay, book is something that we pretty often to read. We use it when we want to write something. We bring it into our school and etc. You learn it by the sentence, not by the single word. And you practice it. You practice the sentence. You are not speaking by a single word, don't you? Of course you don't. When you were practicing, how do we practice English? Well, there are lots of ways to practice your English. You can find friends of yours. There are lots of people in this world. Of course, you have a friend, even just one or two. You can try to ask them, hey, let's talk English with me. Help me practice. By practicing, you also improve your skill, of course. And practicing make your vocabularies is sticking in your mind, so you can remember it, so you don't forget it, so you don't forget them, remember them. Find a friend to communicate, of course. But how if I don't have any friend to talk? Yeah, you still have your parents, or brother, or sister, or anything. But how if I don't have them either? Well, the very simple way is you can talk to your reflection in your mirror. Okay, this is a fun fact. I really, really love doing this. I do this thousands of times myself. I go to the mirror and I'm combing my hair or putting some powder in my face, and I'm talking to my reflection in the mirror like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Like, I really had a bad day in school and I really hate the lesson. Yeah, I literally talk into my reflection in the mirror. This is not some kind of things that I made. This is real. I really love to talk to myself in the mirror. Not because I hate to talk with other people, but just I don't have another people to talk. My father is going out a lot of times in a week, and my brothers and sisters are in their school and they got their own activities, so I just can't talk to them as much as I want. But I need to practice. So the way that I practice is I am talking to my own reflection in the mirror. By doing that, I'm practicing a lot. I bet you do this. I bet you do these tips. You have to practice a lot, even with your reflection in the mirror. What for? By practicing, even only talking with your reflection in the mirror, you were talking, right? When you were talking, you were practicing, of course. When you are practicing, you learn your pronunciation. That is the thing. You have to keep practicing. You are not memorizing conversation and be forgotten, or when you were listening into songs, memorize it and then you forgot it either? What for? Of course you practice it. Practice is very important in learning. And the last step is consistent. Okay, actually I don't have to explain this detailedly, but as I still have to explain this to you. Consistent means that reading, listening, watching, practicing, all these tips are completed with the last tips, being consistent. Why? Because if you were reading, listening, watching, and practicing only a day, only one time in a week, only 2 times in a month, what for? You better stop doing that. You were learning nothing, because you will definitely forget them. How can you remember a lesson that you were learning a month ago without doing any repetition? So consistent is you were doing repetition to your learning. You were reading a lot and being consistent, listening a lot, being consistent, watching and practicing a lot, being consistent. If you were doing these 5 tips consistently, I guarantee you will be the master of English. If you're not becoming a master of English after doing these all tips, you can find me and tell me that you were lying. Those tips are not working at all. But first, you have to prove it, right? You have to prove. You have to do all the tips. You have to do all the tips. You have to read a lot, listening a lot, watching. Yeah, you don't have to do this a lot, but at least you can do it too. Watching and practicing a lot and be consistent in it. Okay, how do I make myself consistent in doing this? Just like I said before, reading, listening, and watching is some kind of hobby to me. So I don't have to force myself to read. I don't have to force myself to listen any audios, because I really love to listen into the audios and also some songs that I really love to watch. I'm not getting in trouble in doing the tips. That is why I am here telling you the same tips that I did. How can you be like now? How can you master English? Actually, the word master is kind of... I'm not a master, of course. I'm just a person that able to speak English a little bit better than you do, because I am learning faster than you did. So if you're doing all the tips, you read a lot, listen a lot, you watch and you practice a lot, you will definitely become a master in it. But of course you have to be consistent. I cannot guarantee that you can be a master in English if you just read 1 time in a week or 2 times in a month. That is actually a bullshit. You better not doing it at all, because if you're doing it only a few times in a month, you will feel like you are learning nothing. It will make you frustrated. So I just suggest you better stop doing that if you're not being consistent in it, if you're not doing any repetition and you're not making any improvement into yourself. So that is the tips how to master English. I have done all the tips here. I read a lot, I read a lot, listen a lot, watching a lot, practicing a lot, and of course I'm being consistent. What did I do to make my skill is stick with me? Because most of people, they ever master English, but a few years later they forgot it. Many people are like that. So how do I make my English is better time to time? Of course I do practice. I practice even on my own. I still talking into my reflection in the mirror until now. Up to now. Till today. I still listen and I still read. I still watching, and yeah, I think this is the definition of consistent, right? I've talking a lot of things here. I don't know if you were understanding to any explanation that I cite. Again, this video is only to fulfill a suggestion, not suggestion, a request from a family of mine, so I made this video special for her, and I really hope you take any benefit from this. I really hope you take advantages from my video. Yeah, of course you do. This video is 1 hour long, and it is impossible that you are taking no benefits. It is actually a miracle that I can talk non-stop here. Actually, it's not. For some people it's kind of a miracle, but for me it's actually normal thing that I did. I often doing this on my own. I talk a lot into myself. I think that is also the reason why I can speak this fluently without thinking, and many people sometimes say I'm crazy, and I think that is necessary for your learning. Don't be mad when someone is saying that you were crazy and you were doing mistakes. That is the condition that you have to take. That is the condition that you have to feel. When you're learning something, you will find difficulties. You will done lots of mistakes, and that is normal. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't hesitate yourself. You are worthy of anything. You can do anything. You can be anything. You can master anything. But you have to understand the rule. If you want to master English, you have to do all the rules. What are the rules? Yeah, of course you have to read a lot. You have to listen a lot. You have to practice a lot and do lots of repetition. Another way that I do to make my English better is by teaching them. I teach English for elementary and senior high school, also junior school. And when I teach them, I always get a new knowledge. So I got feedback from them. That is a unique thing about learning. It never done. It never finished. Maybe it's only finished when you die, right? So just keep on listening, keep on reading, keep on practicing every day. If you can do it every day, at least you can do it 4 until 5 times in a week. Yeah, that is the only condition, actually. If you want to master something, you have to sacrifice your time. If you really want to master something, you have to be consistent in it. Okay, I'm thinking, what else should I say? Because I'm already talked for about 15 minutes now, and I'm confused. Another word to say is, yeah, of course I done lots of mistakes in making this video, and I'm sorry because I am in a sleepy condition right now. And maybe I'm saying some sentences that you cannot understand. This video is not supported by a high quality video. It's just some kind of video, and I'm not making this in a very big intention because, just like I said before, this is a request video from my family, and this is special to her. And beside, I can give you advantages too, not advantages but informations about how to master emotion and how to master English. Another thing that I want to say is, never stop learning. If you find someone that are just say they're smarter than you. You can learn from them, even if they're younger from you, or even if they're someone that you never met before. You have to learn from them. You have to take knowledge from anywhere, from everyone and everywhere, and you have to sacrifice your time for the knowledge. That is if you really want to master something. And yep, it is 1:20 a.m. right now. It's kind of crazy, Maybe I should just go to sleep. Thank you very much for your very nice attention. I am not sure that you were listening until now. I'm not sure that you were watching me until now, because that is a bullshit. I don't believe you. But anyway, thank you very much for clicking this video, and I'm sorry for all the mistakes that I've done. And I will see you again into my other videos, and thank you very much for watching. Tata for now.